Da-da-da-da. It's the bar's going up. Let's see. Right now, our followers are being notified. No, shit, I don't know. Oh, oh, okay. This is weird. Oh, oh, we're reversed. And there's a delay.
Okay, interesting.
So wild.
But we are live.
Yeah, like I'm watching it on like it's like on my browser. I'm watching it like, but you're on the right side and I'm on the left side. Oh, and I can. So I'm like, what am I hearing? I'm like, oh, it's playing it through my speakers on my headset. Like I have my Bluetooth ones on, but there's the other ones that are plugged in. So I actually hear the delay through my headset. That's funny.
Well, we did say it had been
Right.
a while, and it might not be super smooth.
I'm just trying to figure out how the delay is. Let's see, there's chat right here. Oh, we got a Corrine Watkins who just said hi.
Hi, Corinne.
Hi, are you Corrine, are you a subscriber of ours? How do you know about the RP show? First of all, welcome guys. We're just kind of figure we meet up pretty much like every week like this, Steve and I, and discuss our, project ideas and things like whatever, and just life in general. So I came up with the idea to say, while we're still recording and planning the new season and things we're doing, that we would just, hop on live on YouTube and just do like kind of a Q&A. So if you guys have any kind of answers. She is from Pennsylvania.
Eric's
She's
neck of the
watched our
woods.
and she's
Nice.
watched our videos.
Excellent. Excellent.
She
That's
must be a
nice.
she must be a fan of Eric Bernardo. Do you know it's Coin, do you know Eric Bernardo? Because he also has a little YouTube channel and he's whatever a buddy of ours and he's been on our show and he lives over in he's not he's like in the sticks in PA. I forgot where exactly where, but he's not like he's closer to like I don't know if he's closer. I don't think he's closer to Pittsburgh though. I think he's closer to he's kind of in the middle. Oh, she got Usher syndrome.
Oh,
Isn't there,
excellent.
isn't there two types of ushers? Which one do you, I think there's a type one and type two. Oh, we got Sweden. We got Hey from Sweden. We got Wonder ARP. Wonder ARP. I'm probably saying it wrong how you have it envisioned. I'm awful at this, by the way. So you guys are going to discover how wonderful I am at reading your names. So we got, yep, she is from Sweden. Hello, Sweden.
Love Sweden.
Oh, she got Corian has 2A. Yeah, I remember there's 1A and there's 2A. Yeah, like is it is 2A the worst one or is 1A the worst one? I don't remember like which way it goes. If do you have I'm
We had
assuming
um we had a guest on the show with us, didn't we? We had Ike. Remember Ike, the weightlifter
yeah. Yep,
from New
yep. Yeah,
York,
the lawyer yeah,
lawyer
sure.
and weightlifter,
And
um,
weightlifter.
and obviously vision loss and hearing loss,
And
and
I
he was
had
with us.
two on my podcast. I've had two on my podcast with I think both different versions. And that was challenging. I remember the first time I had someone with ushers on my podcast, and it was when I was like just in the beginning of doing my podcast, and it was she had to have her husband on because of it. So like I would ask questions, and then the husband would then relay them to her. So it was tricky, but we made it work. Let's see. Anybody else? Hey, Wonder, how do you I'm assuming you're another subscriber to like where do you how do you discover us? We're very curious how people have like, found the RP show. Sweden. That's pretty cool though. I'm assuming Corey, do you have cochlear implants or hearing aids of some sort?
So while we're
Oh,
waiting for some
oh,
questions
she
to
was
come in,
typing.
we've
Here
got.
you go. Okay.
Oh, okay, go on. I
Oh,
was going
sorry.
to say
That's
we've
right.
got some. We've got
She's.
some updates.
Oh yeah, we'll share. Yeah, we'll share some updates after I see. She says, I think one is worse. Was born either hearing loss, didn't have any real vision issues till my 20s. I had worked as a nurse aide for 20 years and
Wow,
drove.
wow, well
Oh,
done.
that's good.
Similar to
Pretty
me and
good.
you, we both used to drive before losing
Yep.
our main vision. So yeah, it's a horrible stage, isn't it, when you stop driving? Um, and props working as a nurse as well, 20 years. Wow,
Yeah, that's
respect.
awesome.
That's awesome.
No implants. No implants, just hearing aids. All right. Yeah, awesome. That's great. Yeah, so it's yeah, we could share some updates really quick. You want to share? Would you like to share, Steve?
Um, well, a couple of updates. Number one, we've not produced any videos for a while, and we're currently working on a load of videos. We've got some videos around just general life as a low vision person. We've got some good videos coming up about travel, flying, using special assistants, that sort of stuff. I recently did a day trip to well, I recently went to Sweden, so there's one. I also went to Switzerland and I went to Italy. Um, so we've got some content coming up about that, and just the general, traveling with a cane, traveling as a blind person, using the assistants. We've got that. That's pretty good. Um,
Yep.
and then we've also got something quite special that we'll probably do a video about, which we haven't done so far. But Mike and I, um, we've created a comic, which is a fictional story, um, about a little boy dealing with sight loss, and it's a really great story with some really good symbolism in it, referring to
Yeah.
the cane as his
I have one right here.
superpower, and it's based on this guy, Mr. Mike Tubiak, or it's his nickname is the Tubiak
Yeah,
Maniac,
my
and that's
persona. So yeah,
that
right, yeah.
that's the name we've come up with, and the story's really simple. The little boy is just a normal little boy dealing with sight loss, but when he uses his cane,
Yeah,
boom, he turns into the Tubiak Maniac, which is a meta,
something
it's a
like
metaphor for the cane giving him confidence to go out and complete normal tasks. So he's not got laser beams coming out of his eyes. He's not,
that.
got, X-ray
No.
vision. But when he uses his cane, the metaphor is that gives him an uplifting confidence. And we used a guy called Doug from Cross-Eyed Comics. He's done some beautiful artwork. It's a really great comic, and we've done
Yeah,
it
so
in
we
the
definitely
style. It's got sort of suits both areas, doesn't it, Mike? Sighted people and low vision people. It's not in braille. It's not super, high contrast for low vision. It's somewhere in the middle, so that
oh yeah, it
the idea
really
is it's, appealing to everybody. So that's another good
like I said,
announcement.
I could give like I said, I have one right here. I've been showing it. Like I have so I can give like sneak peek just real quick, like hold it up and you guys could see how, like it's really, high contrast and you can, the like copies on one side, the whole conversations on one side, but like the artwork is on the other. So there's no struggle to, try to follow along with the story and things like that. And we've actually had I've had regular, I have friends who are into comic books and I gave one to them and they one of my friends, he's huge into it. And he said, he loved it actually. He said usually not like into like comic books that have the copy on one side and things like, but he said it actually made it really easy to read and he actually really enjoyed it. Oh, so sorry, not to ignore Wonder RP, Wonder ARP. She says she found us through one of the Facebook groups. She
Oh,
thinks got RP or something like that, one of the but no which gene thing. Corrine says she's currently seeking gene therapy here in PA. I'm actually supposed to. I keep rescheduling it multiple times, but I'm supposed to go to PA for the what's it called? Something. So,
clinical trials.
Akigen. Yeah, I'm supposed to go to Akigen for, well, I'm supposed to do like the study, which is just like, I know they're supposed to put me through some kind of obstacle course. And I think it's in correlation with the trial, which I have not heard anything about if I'm going to be getting in or not. But I figured I at least wanted to try that out and do that for them, if it helps them out. Oh, she's going to Erie Retina Research. That's where I guess that's where
Wow.
she's looking to get gene therapy. Oh,
Well, if you could send us an update on how you get on with that, that'd be really interesting to discuss on the show. So please keep us posted on that. That's it's always good to
Yeah.
hear about the
Oh
gene
yeah.
therapy stuff that's happening. Super
I think that's
exciting.
definitely going to be like kind of future. Oh, Wonder says cool with a live show. Have you've done this before? And we've gone live like on Facebook, but in a few years ago we couldn't really. I don't think we couldn't get like YouTube to work properly or what it was. I don't know. We just ended up doing Facebook, but we've always seemed to like luck out like right now, finding having you pop on and stuff like that. Um so every time we go live, usually on Facebook, it worked out well. So then I just thought, you know what? Like we're, we already meet every week, Steve and I, and so why not like bring you guys in and let you know it's an easier way for us to kind of get the channel back, activated, so to speak, and flowing and then if maybe it'll help us get more ideas for future content.
Mm.
Let's see, the doctor at Erie Retina Research is great. Dr. Almeida. Oh, okay. Oh, she's going to Philly. I gotcha. Philly. We
You've
were
been
in
to
Philly.
we were in Philly, yeah.
Yeah,
We
we were in
did
Philly.
we're possibly world record holders actually. We are the only two blind people that I know of that have ran the Philadelphia half marathon using their canes and with no sighted guide. And wow, that was a bit of a blast, wasn't it? And we
Oh
should have
yeah.
had guides, but they dropped out. But we thought, you know what? We're just gonna do it anyway. So we strapped ourselves together. We had a cane in each hand, and we ran the Philadelphia half marathon or the Rocky Run or the Italian Selling Challenge, whatever you want to call it. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that was a phenomenal experience, especially for me, flying to America on my own, going to Philadelphia, meeting up with
Yep.
you, tying ourselves together, running in a crowd. Bit of a
And we were successful. Like
yeah,
we
we
didn't we
didn't.
didn't we didn't hurt anybody.
Nope.
That was our only thing. We're like, we
Yeah, a
don't
few
care if something
little
happens to
bumps
us.
and scrapes.
Yeah.
You hit a few cones or
Yeah,
pylons, as Eric would call them.
I almost rolled my ankle pretty bad, like in a railroad track. Yeah, they had a cone there, and then
Oh yeah,
but my foot still found the track.
isn't it crazy that
And
we've been to
then
Philadelphia together? That's wild.
whenever you did, someone tripped on your cane, but they like you're like sorry, like they're like not my fault.
Yeah.
I think the best still moment from that race still was when you put that post out before we left the Airbnb to say, hey, like it was on their social media post. You're like, hey,
Oh yeah.
rumor has it, if you find two blind guys out on the course today,
You will get a
really
PB or
great, you're gonna
something
have a great,
like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
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 And we're running the 5K. We're running the 5K first, of course. And this girl like comes up and she's like, I found you guys. I guess I'm gonna have a good race. And you were kind of confused at first. I go, it's the post you put. And she goes, and he
I was
goes,
like, oh yeah.
oh yeah. He goes, oh my God. And we reached out to her later. She says, yeah, she ended up having a good race. So yeah, so that was one of those like just really cool moments. But yeah, so then we decided, we thought about ourselves that like even something like that, which was funny. We needed to like going in the future actually film some of this stuff. So I think that's something we're trying to change in the future and stuff like that. It's actually, you know, you know, actually document this stuff more. Oh, here's a quick one here. I actually have it. It's on my Facebook. This is still on my Facebook wall. I'm showing you my phone, Steve, if I can see it. And it's that picture of us at the top of the stairs with our blind shirts, holding our
Oh, the
canes
Rocky
over here.
Steps. Oh,
The rocky
such a
steps there. So
great moment and a great picture.
yeah, there we go. So let's see. Oh, my city was almost no people with blind cane. Let's see. Oh, of course she says. My city has almost no people with blind canes. It's so rare. I live in Erie. Okay, Erie, Penn. Yep. Okay, Erie, PA. Wonder says saw a show on Swedish TV few weeks ago about I see AI and being blind. Or Al, or is it about or Alan being blind? I don't know if it's AI being or Alan being blind or AI being blind. He used a phone strapped to his chest and could follow his sighted friend when running. Pretty cool.
Wow,
Hmm.
nice.
That is something pretty cool.
Well, I
The
mean,
f-
talking of AI, Mike, I need to give you an update on the Meta glasses. I don't think we've
oh
spoke, have
yeah.
we? So, for anyone that doesn't know, in America, the Ray-Ban Meta AI glasses for over a year now have been super useful for blind people because you can ask the glasses, what can you see in front of me? Can you read this for me? Etc. etc. And over in Europe, we have not been allowed to have that feature due to the GDPR and data compliance laws. Um, I don't know about Sweden, um, so I'm not sure where they fit into it, being in obviously that side of the world. But and the rest of Europe, I'm not sure. But in the UK, literally about 2 or 3 weeks ago, they've lifted the sanctions, and you can now use the aligned functionality on the Meta glasses. So, Mike, you and I talked briefly about this because we had a friend Ryan who bought some, but he returned them like 2 days before that feature came
Yeah, yeah.
available.
Like, no.
And on Sunday, you'll love this, Mike. So on Sunday, I went out for dinner and I was in this restaurant and I held up the menu and it was a really terrible menu, as in like really skinny font, dead hard to read, quite dark in the place. So I just held up the menu and I said, "Hey Meta, can you summarize this menu?" And the Meta glasses said, "You're holding a menu. There's a small amount of starters, there's a main course, and there's a section of desserts. And it seems to be a trimmed down menu. That's a special offer where you get like 3 meals for $30 or £30 or whatever it was." And I said to the glasses, "Great, can you read me the starters?" And you know what it did that was really cool? It numbered the starters. So it said number one is blah de blah de blah de blah. Number two is blah de blah de blah. Now, sometimes when I'm with a guide, they just read the menu, but they don't punctuate. So I'm like, so that's you just said steak, wild mushrooms,
Yeah, but
rigatoni,
yeah, yeah,
and
yes,
cod.
you don't
And I
know
was like, is that
better.
all in one dish? And they're like, oh no, sorry. The cod is a separate meal. And I'm like, oh, this is so confusing when I'm trying to listen. But what I loved was how the AI just numbered the starters and punctuated. So I asked Anna, who I was with, I said, on the menu, are they numbered? Or has AI just done that so I know which ones? And she's like, no, there's no numbers on it. It has just numbered them. So you know the start and end. Because it always says like wild mushrooms sitting on a bed of garlic, blah, blah,
And
blah. And you know what I mean? It's all
then
very
go right into
fancy
the
on the
next one,
menu.
and you're like,
And I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, where is that all one starter? Is that a full meal? So anyway, oh, Mike, it was so cool. I just sat in a restaurant holding a menu like a normal person, just asking it questions. And I was like, okay, tell me what steaks they've got. And it was like, there are only two steaks on this menu. There's a rump steak, there's a sirloin steak. Would you like to know the calories? I was like, oh, yeah. And it's like, well, the 200 grams is 700 calories. And I was like, brilliant, blah, blah, blah. And it was, oh, honestly, for me, using them meta glasses in like restaurants and things to read menus, honestly,
Now it's
Mike,
gotta be a game changer.
that's it's a game changer.
Oh,
I mean, you,
Corey says she was at Disney a few years ago, and a guy walked over her cane, and she was like, "What the heck?"
ouch.
I've had that happen a few times. Not like I don't think obviously not intentional. Like I've had some people like kind of like yeah, just like I've hit them a little bit. Maybe they walked and just weren't paying. Well, I mean, a lot of people don't pay attention. I mean, almost nobody pays attention. Uh, so I've had that happen quite often. But most people like as soon as they look at you and realize what they tripped on, they're instantly like, "Oh, I messed up."
Yeah.
Like no one's ever been like, "Hey, watch it." So did that, Corian, was that, what was the reaction from the person that stepped on it? Were they at least apologetic? Or was it kind of just like they didn't care? Because that would bother me if it was like stepping on and be like, oh, whatever.
Did I tell
At
you
least,
a few weeks ago a little kid ran into my cane? Now you can't get too
okay.
mad at a little kid. It's probably the parent should
No,
evaluate.
right, right.
This little kid ran into my cane and fell over, but he dislodged the wheel. So you know like the wheel is on like a little tiny axle and it's on
Oh,
like
it kind of popped
forks.
off.
So the
Okay,
wheel sort of
gotcha.
popped off and it just jammed and I was like, oh, please tell me that's not broke. But I just popped it back on.
Okay, okay, okay. Nope. No, she said no. They just kept walking.
Oh, that's rude.
Like I said, that's messed up.
They were probably
Um,
embarrassed.
And Wonder says she is thinking about buying those glasses this summer.
Oh, cool. I highly recommend them. They're amazing. They're absolutely
I
amazing.
haven't. I think I'm also gonna probably sometime this summer because I'm thinking I want to see. I'm gonna wait to see. I know the updated ones come out, right? Don't they in June?
Possibly. I mean, the good thing is they're bringing updates out all the time. So the other thing that's come out recently is the live translation, which I haven't
Oh
gotten to
yeah,
use
right.
yet. Well, the next
That's
time
right.
I
You were talking
travel
about that.
abroad, I've now downloaded French, French and Spanish. I think I've downloaded. So when I go to Tenerife in November, that's a Spanish-speaking country, Mike, for you. Um, but I'll just be able to sit there,
Yeah.
and when people are talking in Spanish through the glasses, I'm just going to hear that in English, which I think is going to be so cool.
You didn't try to have Anna speak a different language to you
No, I should maybe
just to
watch like
test it
YouTube in
out?
Spanish or something. And
Oh yeah, I wonder if yeah, I wonder if you could
do
do
you know the other thing I've been using the glasses for? This is a funny one, which you'll never guess, but that's simple.
that.
I've been using the glasses just for when I've got voiceover on my phone. Because if I'm on like a train or public area and I'm
Yeah.
reading a text message, when I put voiceover on, like everybody sat around you can
Oh
totally
yeah.
hear it.
Yeah.
Um, but because I'm nearly always wearing the meta glasses now, I turn on the voiceover and only I can hear it.
Oh,
Whereas,
yeah.
if it's out the phone speaker, it's pretty loud and everyone can. Always freaks me out that everybody can hear all my text messages because I'm using voiceover.
Yeah, but most people like I don't know. I don't know. You don't have it super fast, right? Or do you? You don't have it as
Me,
fast as I've heard it.
no, I have it like fairly fast, but not ridiculous.
Yeah. Because I've heard some people are like, I don't even know, like it, like you said, it's like a language.
Yeah,
It almost becomes, and I'm like, how? Because my mom, even though
I have it.
she's
I have it
blunt,
like
she
that at
can't do
work.
it.
Wow,
She
I have
likes
it
it
like
slow.
that.
Like,
I have it like that at work. My work one is super fast on my
oh,
computer.
I told my mom that. I said, everybody's heard. Like, everybody says it's just you get used to it, and it's
You
like
do
just
get used to
becomes.
it. I mean, like at work. I'm sat there for 9 hours listening to emails and documents, really long bodies of text. So I have it super fast and I'm just so used to it. It's just rapid.
Oh, she said, Wonder says, but yeah, lots of restrictions in the EU when it comes to data sharing.
Yeah, which is a shame. I understand it, but yes, it's right. It's good for people's privacy and security, so that side of it, but it's bad when it could really benefit blind people using them tools, which is I'm so glad we've got it now in the UK because I love it. It's brilliant.
Oh yeah. No, I can't wait to try it out because I have sometimes I have FOMO when I see you guys do it. But then I also want the Google ones though. I don't know. I'm debating. I don't know. I
Well,
really like the Google ones. I don't know. So I don't know. Waiting to.
the Google ones are out this year. The second set of
Okay.
Meta ones are supposed to be out this year. Apple's smart glasses are meant to be out next year.
Yeah. Right.
This is going to be great for us because as long as they keep putting stuff on them that blind people can use, um, they may as well. You know what I mean? It doesn't cost them any extra just to add that little bit of functionality. And so I hope they keep doing stuff like that and people don't think it was a gimmick because it's super useful.
Oh yeah. No. Like I said,
Yeah,
I
so
mean, what? What was
I was
that?
going to say, so we covered the comic, we covered the meta
Yeah.
glasses,
Yeah.
we covered, we've got some new content coming out, some videos, so they'll be getting uploaded probably around what October time, um,
Yep.
when we start to pump out all that content, and
And
that's going to
we're
be,
shifting we're shifting gears a little bit. Just to let you guys know. It's more like a vlog. A lot of our content now is going to be just kind of like what we're doing. Just to show you guys more spreading awareness now. We want to try to spread more awareness now with the channel. Show what you're capable of all doing.
and
It's
you've got some events coming
anything.
up, haven't you?
My next, yeah, I just got finished. I got back on Sunday night doing a 5 borough bike ride in New York City. I was on my tandem bike. That's about 40 miles. So that was amazing. That was great. I did that with a charity group called Team See No Limits, which is like a collaboration between the Lighthouse Guild and the Foreseeable Future Foundation.
Wow.
Um, that was yeah, that was really cool. I got to hang out with my Achilles people too. I was down there and saying hi to some of the people that I know through Achilles and whatnot, and meeting some new people. And but no, that was a blast. Bike did really well. We minimal issues, minus like one we almost killed somebody because a pedestrian decided that it was a good idea to run out into the road to get his phone that he dropped.
Wow.
And he had zero situational awareness. And we're on a tandem bike that doesn't stop dead on a, doesn't stop dead on a dime. I mean, I did put rear disc brakes on it, and we stopped in time. We literally stopped, like, I mean, you could have touched the guy. We could have literally just reached out and been like, hey, like, so my pilot got like really pissed at him, and it was that was probably the worst part that ever happened. But other than that, like, no, the rest of everything went really, really well. And before that, like a couple weeks before that, I did the Boston Marathon, and of course that's always, I know it was an amazing experience. And even though I was full on sick almost basically, but I pushed out and just, got it done. Um, but yeah, and then coming up, I'm going to be doing another. I'm trying to push the biking event stuff more, especially now that I got the bike back in full swing. And I've had the bike for like 5 years, and I really have used it really minimally. So there's a Grand Prix at a racetrack in Connecticut here where I live. So they're doing an event there right on the track. I think it's like 45 minutes. You ride for like 45 minutes or something like that. And I reached out to the race director because there's no tandem, like I can't register for a tandem category. So they actually, just for me, added a open tandem wave so
So
I can
cool.
register myself and my guy, my pilot. And I officially now, as of today, Julio got back to me. He's the guy actually who originally finished my bike. He's one of our mechanics for the Gaylord Sports Association, where I do my adaptive, a program with I do a triathlon through them. And I asked him if he could be my pilot for it, and he's down. So we're officially a go. I just got to register for that. So that's June 1st.
And
And I
then how about any
know
marathons? You got any more marathons coming up?
not this year. I'm going to take a break on that the rest
Oh,
of the
really?
year.
So that's your last
Yeah, I
one,
think,
Boston, for the year.
yeah, and I'm going to focus on half marathons because I want to get faster at the half. So
Nice.
I know I got a bunch of like, yeah, halves I got to plan out. And and also I'm getting back to training for my third degree black belt. So starting next week on Tuesday nights, like after I get back after spin class, I'm going to go right to my friend Charlie's house, and him and I are going to train. And that's
Oh,
and I'm going to
nice.
be
Sweet.
just every week getting my skills back, and work on getting
Sweet.
my third down. Thank you. I'll be doing that, and hopefully the goal is they only do two tests a year. They test in April and they test in October. So the goal would be to be ready by October
Wow.
to
Not
test.
much
So
time, really.
nah, but we could. It's gonna take me longer just to probably get all the rust off from and remember all the old stuff first,
Mm.
and then yeah, start teaching me the stuff that I need to know for third down. But yeah, that's what's going on there. What about you? I know what you're going on vacation. Don't you have a holiday coming up?
I've got a
You
lot of
said.
holidays this year. Yeah, I've got no, I've not signed up for any events as such. The only thing I will be signing up for is I want to do the CF Warrior Games in
Oh yeah, right.
February. But this year it is individuals, not teams. Um, and there is a qualifier, which I
Ooh,
believe is in October. So I will need to go down and compete at the qualifier this year in October. So I will need to start getting some training in for that. Hopefully do that in the October and hopefully qualify um for the elite competition, which is in February. And I'm not sure how many places there are, but I don't think there'll be that many.
will being solo, you think, affect how you perform this time?
Well, it will be tricky because I don't know what the event entails, and obviously I will need some kind of guide. So let's say it's row
Yeah, right.
1,000 meters and then ski erg 1,000 meters and then lift a barbell up a bunch of times. I will need someone to help me transition from like the rowing machine
To
across
the
the
yeah,
gym floor to the weight bench to the weight platform to then do the weightlifting and then get to the ski. So I'll need some kind of guide. Whereas the other people will all be fully sighted. They can just run, can't they? They could just jump off the
yeah.
rower,
That's
run dead fast to the next station, and potentially get a bit of a head start on me. But you just got to suck it up, haven't you?
that's it.
And
Well,
what
bear
will be
picking me up
really
my dog.
funny? Oh, no problem.
Keep talking. They have people, so keep talking.
Yeah, who? who gets up and walks off in the middle of a live? That's
Sorry.
interesting. I can still hear you in the background.
I know, I know. I got my phone up, so
Um, yep. So that's the only fitness event. I've not signed up for any half marathons yet this year. I've taken a bit like Mike. I've taken a bit of break from running, just to focus on other things. And I've
how's
got
your
a
back
few.
doing?
Hey, my back's doing pretty good actually.
That was the biggest thing I know you had for you were
Yeah,
dealing with the last year a lot too. Like in
yeah.
the beginning and stuff after.
I ran 6 kilometers this morning, zero pain, nothing, which was like amazing. Um, so yeah, it's getting a bit better. But like I say, I've not signed up for any running events or half marathons or anything yet this year. I'll just keep it to the CF Warriors in October, and we'll see where we get to. And like I say, I've got a few vacations coming up. I'm going to the Caribbean in July for a wedding where I'm the best man. So I need to start
Woo!
thinking about a speech and all that stuff, and that'll be interesting. Standing up in front of a load of people trying to read the best man speech when you can't read. So that'll be.
Well, you got one big thing. You got really big coming. We got a big thing coming up in September.
And in September, I'm out to the
What do we got?
States.
That's like, yeah,
Oh wow,
yeah.
that's gonna be so cool.
And this was different this year. Like every year we meet up, guys. Obviously you've seen some of our past videos of RP Fest, but this time there's
I
a
still can't
special
believe
guest.
I met 6 guys with RP, and we agreed to go meet up in America, which is still to this day blows my mind. We did that. It's super cool. And yeah, this year I'll be coming out in September. I'll be bringing Anna with me. We're going to visit Lance first, who will have a baby by that time, which is going to be
That's wild.
awesome. His
That's
first
gonna be
ever
wild
baby.
too.
So the
Yeah.
baby might be 2 months old at that time, maybe 3 months old. So
Jeez,
still
yeah.
really young. Uh, then we're going to head over to Vinny's place, see Vinny.
Yep.
Um, and then we're going to head over to you, come and hang out with your family and go for dinner, which will be like awesome for Anna to see Connecticut. Um,
Yeah.
and then we're doing a bit of a road trip just to go and see some of the beautiful New York countryside.
And you're stopping by and seeing Ed because Ed
Oh
gives you
yeah,
flack
that's a new
for
yeah.
not
Ed,
having.
Ed was not happy that he got missed. So whoops. So I've got a refund on my hotel, and we're now going to Ed's on the way up, and then we'll travel around New York, and then the best part
Yeah.
is we finish at RP Fest at the ranch, where the 6 of us will get together, 6 blind guys
That's
round
still
the
gonna be funny.
campfire.
It's gonna be so funny to see within that short realm. That was like it like at least 2023 was funny because yeah, I saw you in like September and then we did the Rocky Run in November. But this is
Excuse me.
gonna be like, bless you. This is gonna be like even crazier because it's gonna be, oh, I just saw you like a week ago or
Yeah,
something.
that'll be
Maybe
like
2 weeks ago.
from your point of view, that'll be like I'm just living in America.
That you yeah that you just yeah.
You'll
I'll
be
see
like,
you in
oh,
a
I'll
couple
see you in
weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, see you in two
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'll see you up
yeah.
north or wherever it is. Is it north?
Yeah.
From you north? Yeah,
From well,
from
yeah,
you.
yeah, I think yeah, roughly
Yeah.
because well, it depends where you are in New York, or it's actually more east.
Oh, okay. I'll see you up east.
Yeah, yeah. See, yeah, because you'll be going over to New York. Yeah, if you're in then
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I love coming over to America. I love seeing you guys. It's cool hanging out with my own kind, if you know what I mean. Fellow.
When's the last time Anna's been here? Because well, you guys been here. Didn't you go like to Vegas together, or
It
you've done
would
other
have
things together, right?
been, where was it? It probably was Vegas. I think Vegas was the last place that Anna went to in America, I think. Yeah, it would have been.
So it's
I'm
been
sure it was Vegas. That's the last place she went to,
a little
which is very different to New York.
oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's like a way to tell if people that's one thing I can't look. I'm trying to learn this. I want to see if there's a way to tell if you can tell your audience because I got the chat open, but I don't know if you could tell
If anyone's even
like,
watching.
oh, there you go. Two watching now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's at the bottom. Yeah. It's at the bottom left there. I was like, oh, okay. I was wondering, I'm like, is there like a way to tell? It's like, oh yeah, there is. Yeah. I just didn't scroll all the way
Well,
down.
one thing we didn't do this time is we didn't advertise that we were going to be going live and doing a Q&A. So
No, in the
obviously,
future, like, well, no, well, now that we work, because we didn't even know if we even this is gonna work.
mm,
So we're like, let's see if we get it to work. So now that we did, yeah, we should we'll be able to say, hey,
Well, it's definitely
next
working because
when
people
I,
are commenting and we've got people watching. So that's
yeah,
good. So
everything's
we now know
good. Yeah.
that
Yep.
I'm in the UK, he's in America. We've got it over Zoom and then broadcast live onto YouTube, and that is now all working, which is awesome. So in the future, we can do
Yep.
more stuff like this. We can do bigger Q&As. We can schedule it and advertise the time, which will give people
Yeah,
more
like say,
chance
hey,
to either.
1 to 1:30 or whatever we're gonna do this
Yeah,
or
yeah,
what.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, this
Cool.
is perfecto.
Any more questions coming, Mike, or is that it?
Uh, Wonder says she's thought about going to Vegas, play the WhatsApp, the WSOP. What's the WSOP? Play the WSOP. What's that?
Don't know
She
what
says
that
thought
is.
about going to Vegas, play the WSOP. World's Strongest something? I don't know. WSOP. Play the WhatsApp. Is that like is that a game? Play the
Or is
I
it a
don't know what the
play
WhatsApp is.
of the WhatsApp?
Play the WhatsApp. Let's just play the WhatsApp. Let's
I
see.
love
Let's see.
Vegas. Great place. You can do so much in
Vegas.
Vegas.
WhatsApp. Now I'm looking it up. What? Oh, it's a tournament. Uh, World Series of Poker.
Oh, wow.
That's what it is.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I know this. Yeah, there, she. I wonder. Yeah, yeah. So she wants to play the World Series of Poker. Or
Can,
he,
can,
he or she. I don't know.
can,
I'm all like thinking. Yeah,
can you play poker?
me.
Yeah.
I can play poker. My
Oh,
yeah, my stepdad taught me when I was growing up. I used to play cards.
I can
So
play
yeah,
5 card brag. Can't play.
yeah, I can play 5 card. Yeah,
I can't
I
play the
can't
big one, like
do.
Texas Hold'em or whatever it's
Oh,
called.
it takes a hold. Yeah, yeah.
Six cards.
I kind of get it how it works. I think I've played it like on like games on like the phone.
And sometimes, well,
Um.
I can't see the cards as well, so it's dead difficult. So
Oh, that's a lot difficult. Yes.
I'm trying to look at my cards without showing everybody else or without voiceover going 9 of clubs, and I'm like, shh, shh.
I bet they gotta have. I'm almost positive they have like right. They have Braille playing cards, right? I'm almost positive they
Probably,
do.
but I don't read Braille, so I'm a bit
But
screwed.
you don't read Braille. You just be like, oh, this one has more bumps than the other one.
Yeah.
This one. Oh, you would know you have matching pairs at least because you'd be like, oh, this has the same bumps on it as the other one. I imagine that's the only as far as I wouldn't know either. I'd be like, I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm with you. 5 card stud. I played that
Yeah.
mostly. So
Yeah. We used to
I just
play it with my parents and my little brother when we were younger. Not for money, just for
oh
like
cool.
match
That's cool.
tips
Yeah,
or
same here.
whatever,
Yeah,
just for the
right.
game, basically. So yeah, that was
I'm definitely
awesome.
not I'm definitely not good enough where I would ever do that at a casino or
Woo!
anything. I'm happy with like if I go to a casino, I'm definitely a slot machine person.
Mm. Well, in Vegas, when you're on the slots, your drinks are free. So that's
That's
pretty
right. That's
cool because
right.
you sat on the slot machines and we sat on the like the $1 machine. So you $1 in the
Right.
machine, get a drink. One more
Right.
dollar in the machine, get another drink, which was like pretty cool.
They do that over here, Mohegan and Foxwoods, but it tends to be like I remember when I went, someone's like, "Oh, you get free drinks, when you're playing on the slot machines and stuff." And I'm like, and they didn't come around that fast. And when you got the drinks, they were kind of obviously kind of watered down. But
Yeah.
I don't know how that is now. I mean, I haven't
Still
actually
the
played
same.
yet.
If you're on a like a 1 cent slot machine, they're thinking to themselves, there is no tips over there. Whereas if they go near the tables where people are dropping like $1,000 a bet, chances are they're going to get like a $20, $30, $50 tip. So they tend to go more around the people where they're likely to get. Well, you would,
The
wouldn't you?
money,
If
right?
you and I were working there, we're not be
Oh, I'm
patrolling
not
the
wasting my
one
time
cent
with the
slot machines with the old
yeah.
grannies. We'd be like, no, no, we're going to the big
Uh,
tables where the Casino Royale where the big bucks are.
oh, she said, he said, I don't know if he or she, but a guy with RP played a few years ago with assistance. Someone told them what cards he was dealt.
Oh, cool! Wow.
So that's yeah. So something. But then I would mean, well, I guess it would make like, uh, how to have have to have your poker face and all that. I wonder if it would make it
Yeah,
if
when they
it make
whisper
it
in your
easier or
ear,
harder. Like
got
you
you've
gotta
you've got a
really.
flush.
Yeah, yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it must be definitely a
That's a
little
really
different.
funny point. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, then like your person, yeah, your assistant person has to be equally as good at being, yeah, having a poker face. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
I didn't
oh
think of that.
my
That's
God.
really
Like
funny.
if they're like, oh, if they look all excited, they're like, gotta, you,
Yeah.
you gotta rate it. It's like okay, yeah, no, that's cool though. See, once again, that's stuff we didn't know about, and that's like that's perfectly the stuff that we want to be covering. Oh, there you go. Oh, Wonder is a he. I have established that Wonder is a he, not a
Excellent.
she. So, all right, good. So I don't. I'm like I don't know. Like I'm like it can go either way. I only got a little. I can't see what the picture is. It's so tiny. What is that a picture of anyway? Wonder if you're I can see Corinne. She actually Her picture is her face, whereas Wonder is it looks like fireworks or something. But I mean I could be completely wrong. It looks like this little thing. It's got like a bunch of different colors and so I'm gonna say it's fireworks, but I could be wrong. Let's say, is it fireworks? Wonder, was it fireworks in Sweden? Maybe. But yeah, so that's actually really cool to learn about that. Yeah, like I said, things about like someone with RP playing poker because you know what, someone might find that useful.
Mm,
Someone might be like, because there's like it's weird. I think there's a lot of people like I didn't think something even the stuff that I do that anybody out there is going, oh, I can't do that anymore. Like I like running and stuff like that. And it's like you do actually see people going, oh man, I used to run and I really wish I could do it, again. And it's like, and they don't. A lot of people don't realize that there's either a groups like there might be an Achilles International like right near them, or there's probably an adaptive program like a running
yeah.
group or something in their area. Or you know what? You might just have a running group in general that's near you, and you can literally just say, "Hey, do you mind if I run with you? I have a tether, and like, I just need help someone to tether with me and to run." And it's like, and you know what? You'd be shocked at like a lot of people love to help.
Mm,
A lot of people, especially runners.
mm.
So, like, yeah, there's like so many things like like you, Steve. Steve skis. I started to learn how to ski. Um, I'm gonna tackle something that once again we do plan on bringing on the show. I'm kind of gonna push the boundaries, and I might upset some people, but we don't know. But I'm definitely going to be trying to ride a BMX bike by myself, and I'm gonna use a friend of mine who has a son that actually does BMX racing, and he's super excited. He's about my son's age, and I'm gonna follow him on the track and then kind of learn the track, and then because I still have usable eyesight, but it's extreme tunnel vision, very cataracty and all that stuff. But I wanted to. I don't want to look back on life and say, man, I wish I should have done that when I still had usable vision. So I mean, I don't want to have that ever happen. So I'm just
No.
gonna. So I have a bike and I have all that stuff, and once again, same thing. I reached out to the track and said, "Hey, I'm looking to film a YouTube video. Here's what I'm gonna do." And I just didn't want to I wanted to kind of make sure this was okay, and I was waiting for like, that seems kind of dangerous and da da da. Like I kind of was picturing the worst. I tend to always do. Um, but instead it was, oh, that's great. Like, yeah, like, do you need us to put out cones for you? Like where the where the jumps and things are? And I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. And it's like you're always waiting for it's like you're really waiting for somebody to always like, yeah, no, like because they don't understand, our impairment and they don't understand that, sight is spectrum. And we just, they just go, oh, you have sight issues? No, we can't have you that, that's a risk. It's a health insurance risk. So Steve and I have always gone by usually the, beg for forgiveness kind of rule,
Ask for
and
forgiveness,
that's
not
it. Yeah,
permission.
yeah, 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 for permission. Yeah. So, and for the most part, that's worked out rather well. I mean, I know Steve has had a couple times where it might not have been the best thing, But you never know unless you do it, and so actually probably after this live stream, I'm gonna go outside because the weather is actually nice now, and I'm gonna ride my bike like a 5-year-old learning for the first time, and I'm gonna just see what it's like because
Are
I
you going to
haven't.
listen to Queen? I want to ride my bicycle.
No, I do that in
Need to
spin
play
class
that.
though.
Oh, do you?
That or that I plan on making a video, and I want to put if you watch the American version of The Office, there's an episode where Michael he rides a bike for the first time in a long time, like because one of the coworkers he brings his bike and he's like I've done this before. It's been a long time, but clearly he never really learned how to ride a bike, but he's riding it and they're like he goes like you never forget, and he ends up like smashing into a car. So, he's like, everyone cheer me on, Michael, Michael. So, I mean, I actually remember the last time I did this because I was at a club, one of my car club functions, and the guy who was having the function had like this old BMX bike. And even at that point in time, and this was like 2010, I think. So I was 29. And at that point, like, probably was just starting to experience like daytime issues, like missing handshakes and stuff like that here and there. And I hadn't ridden like probably almost 10 years, like a BMX bike, and I haven't ridden it probably generally like a bike. So I was like, I'm gonna do this. Like, so I just rode the bike up and down the street and stuff, and popping wheelies and whatnot. So I actually remember legitimately the last time I piloted, actually was controlling a bike, not on a tandem. And because I actually gave that up, and I regret actually now, even now what I know now, my vision and all that stuff, I actually kind of regret like kind of backing away from bikes in my 20s. So that's a big reason why I'm doing what I'm doing now, and because I feel more comfortable and actually I understand my vision better now. And even though it's worse, obviously, than it was then, I know how to work with what I got,
Mhm.
and I met Steve, and Steve is like, I think we joke with each other that I rubbed off on him and he rubbed off on me, meaning he's kind of softened a little bit and I've grown to be, and I think I got some of his like, just like
Toughness.
F it, yeah, toughness. Yeah. And just kind of like, just go and do shit. Like, just go. Like, you know, don't question things. Sometimes you just gotta just go.
Just got to get
And I
after
think
it.
yeah, and Steve actually has always liked my fire, aim, ready attitude. He's kind of a little bit different to me. So I think both of us, that's why we always say that we work well together, and because we kind of push each other in like different ways.
Mm.
So I think it's really important for other people. We always say this, everyone always loves that we get together for our P-Fest every year, but yet nobody does it themselves. Like, and you can do it. There's probably, tons of people in your area, especially Pennsylvania and probably in Sweden. There's probably a bunch of people that have RP, and you could literally just go and like either go to like a campsite
It takes
or
somebody to make
whatever.
the first move, though, doesn't it? Someone's got to post, "Hey, does anyone want to meet up?" And then
Yeah,
you got to nurture it like growing a plant. It's like
and it's
ours.
scary. It's
Yeah,
scary.
yeah. Scary for me. Nobody
Oh
really
yeah,
near
yeah.
me. I mean, look at me as an excuse, right? There was nobody in my neighborhood or in my town that seemed to respond to any of them groups or messages. And then I was like, wow, I'm going to fly to America on my own to meet these guys, which was a huge, like, for me,
That you've never met in
you know,
person. You've never,
yeah,
yeah, the only known online.
cost a lot of money. It's a long way to travel, international travel by myself. My
And you're
friends
gonna
are like,
stay.
my friends are like,
What are
so
you doing?
met some men online and you're going to fly to America, but you don't know them, you've never met them before. And I was like, that is correct. And you're just going to stay at their house. That is correct.
And we were like, so I invited Ed to the group because we were already kind of planning this thing. And I just had Ed on my podcast, and I was like, man, I really like this guy. Keep in mind, he's like 20 years older than myself. So I'm 44, Ed's like 64, and I'm like, yeah, like I'm gonna add him. I just put him in the group. And guys, this guy's really cool. I think he'll fit in. Well, and they're like, it's like Ed actually ends up being the one because we're trying to figure out like we want to do this
Where
cool
to stay,
thing,
where to meet up.
where to
Yeah, yeah.
stay, where to meet out, yeah. And we're just like, Ed's just finally like, it's all this is all expensive, and we're like, is this gonna happen? And then finally, like Ed's just like, guys, I have this massive yard. Like, I'll set up tents. Just come on down. Like, we'll just do it at my place. And we're like, all right, yeah, we're gonna go to your place that you're a stranger, and we've never met before. We might not make it back alive. And then if to come to find out, the funnier part about that, because we were joking about that the whole time, was Ed's family on their end were going, wait, so you're gonna invite these group of young
Six random men from
men
around the globe
yeah,
to our
to come over
home.
here, and we're more, we're much older, and what are they? We could end up, they could just come in and kill us, so we don't know what's gonna go. Like, so it was funny to hear both sides that we both had these same concerns. So you have to kind of like throw caution to the wind. You kind of have to just like ignore those thoughts and go with your gut. And my gut told me that Ed was cool, so that's why I trusted my gut. I said, "My Ed's cool. I'm inviting him to this." And the rest is history. And it all worked out. And we had a blast. And now we're going on to our fourth one this September. So, sometimes you got to take, like Steve was saying, yeah, yeah, you just somebody has to take the leap. Once you do it, once you rip that Band-Aid off, it's like, yes. And then you go, why weren't we doing this earlier?
Mm,
And you never
mm.
talked to, you never, we didn't talk, the first time we all met and did this, we bonded so quickly. We chatted. You could see video actually, two videos. There's one on our channel, the RP, we have one RP Fest. And if you want, you can go to the See Through podcast, YouTube channel hosted by Lance, our bro, Lance. And he has one that's really well put together from the experience that really kind of captures the experience really well. And yeah, we all just bonded really quick. And we never really talked about RP. We were just all a bunch of guys just camping out and having fun, and it being amazing.
So
Oh, Wonders. Yeah, go ahead.
this September with the fourth year, which is amazing.
It's
And we
nuts.
do we
It's
do we
nuts.
do need to start planning something big for the fifth year. I feel like the fifth year should
Five is
be,
yeah, that's a
yeah,
big
we
one,
should
right?
do something. We should do something.
Oh, Wonder says her name is from a his name the name is from a synth ad with Stevie Wonder. He's a and Wonder is a music producer.
Oh, cool.
And he had a
Wow.
racing bike. He had a racing bike like 20 years ago, watched a lot of Tour de France in the
Yep.
summers, and now is just walking. Now it's just walking for him. Well, have you thought about getting a tandem bike? It'll change your world. It's
I
scary
am.
and awesome at the same time.
I'm glad you said that because the first time I went on a tandem, do you know what I found really scary was when we started moving, and then
Yeah.
I realized that I don't have any brakes and my handlebars don't move.
Oh,
And I was a
nothing.
bit
Yeah.
like, whoa, hang on a minute. And I only
Uh,
realized that when we were going pretty fast, and I was like, oh, this is freaky. I've
yeah.
got no control.
I remember the first ride. I remember being, how like anytime we went through, like there'd be like we were going on a trail, so there was like usually posts
Oh yeah. Oh.
or stuff that you had to
Oh.
kind of narrowly go through. And it's like
Yeah, yeah.
you just want to be like, oh my God, we're too close. We're too close. Like, and you think you're gonna hit your arms or something, and you're not, but like your whole because your depth perception is obviously different. But yeah, you're right. Like the first moment, you're like, you want to steer and you want to, like, you have to let all of that kind of go. But
That's another
once you
leap.
do, oh yeah, absolutely. Like getting over that because that's
Like,
full trust. That's
I
full
mean,
trust.
me and my buddy, we were trucking. We were going some real good speed, and
You can get
and
like 40 or more, man. You can easily get
yeah,
good speed
and
on a tandem.
I think a dog like temporarily ran into our road, but we didn't hit it. But my instinct was to go for the brakes, and my
Oh,
reflexes, I said, oh, but then I was like, oh my God, I've got anything. And my buddy slammed on. We actually skidded this bike, both wheels locked up. We had disc brakes.
yeah.
Um, but the dog just ran off and it was fine. But I just panicked because I was like, oh my, I've got no
See,
brakes. I've got nothing. It's all on
my
my
guide had
buddy.
the my guide had the reverse thing. The pilot I had this possible weekend, it's his first time being a pilot. So this
Oof.
was only our second ride together.
Yeah.
So he
And it's very
consistently
different,
would,
isn't it?
and we're both clipped in, mind you, and he consistently would forget to tell me we were stopping. So I had to like quickly unclip before we fell over.
Oh, wow.
So I told him, he's like, you have to tell me when you're stopped. And it's just automatic for him because he's like a mountain biker and all that stuff. So he
Huh.
was used to, you know, I told him, I go, I think he did a great job. Like everything was good. I think we got, by the end of the race, like we did actually gel really well. I said, you just got to work on the fact that you have to remember you're on a tandem bike. Because it just seemed like, sometimes you were forgetting, like almost because you're so used to being on a bike by yourself, and so when you stop, you just kept forgetting to tell me like I could see I have usable sight. I just can't tell sometimes. Like we'd be coasting, and I'd be like, "Hey, are we stopping?" He'd go, "No, no, no. We'll be a couple. We'll take back off." I'm like, "Okay, okay, just let me know." But then sometimes it would do the same. We'd be doing the same thing, and all of a sudden he stops, and we're going over. I'm like, "Oh, oh, oh!" I'm like, you gotta tell me, you
Scary.
know. Yeah, so, but yeah, all that stuff. I think tandem is actually, it's definitely a lot more trust than when you go with a running, like when you're running with a tether, you know, you got nothing. Like you said, you got nothing. You're not controlling anything. All you're listening to is your pilot saying, "All right, pedal again. All right,
I
coast."
guess if you'd never
Yeah,
ridden a bike, it wouldn't be as scary. But because
yeah,
we've ridden bikes when we could see,
yeah.
obviously my instinct was to pull the brake handle and
Yeah, you
like
want to
we
do
just
something or you want to steer or yeah,
it,
right.
it was only when I tried to brake that I realized I was like, wait, I don't have any brakes. What? I I hadn't noticed when we set off. Um, so yeah, scary
I
stuff.
said I said that to him at this race. I said, "How cool would it be? Imagine how messed up it would be if like the Stoker had brakes, like we controlled the brakes. Like just every time you get panicked, you're like, "Er."
That would be interesting because that would mean the pilot would
Yeah.
have a constant reminder that they have to communicate because
Maybe
they're,
that might it might not be bad, right?
from
Yeah,
a
yeah. So, all
psychological
right,
point of
stop.
view, because they'd be like,
All
oh,
right,
I
lock 'em.
do
Yeah, all
actually
right.
need to tell the person on the back what's happening because they've got the brakes.
Yeah, you could be like, slow down. All right, slow down.
Mm,
All right, let off. Okay. Like, yeah, lock them
mm.
up. Okay.
Or
Yeah,
I don't know if this would work. This might be a bit crazy, but or you put the blind person on the front,
yeah.
but
And
you give the person at the back the brakes. So if there's an
yeah.
emergency, they
Oh,
they
okay. Yeah.
they can actually pull the brakes. But then it's on them to say left a little bit, right a little bit, which would make it even
I
more
I was telling him
scary.
oh yeah, I was telling him. I said, since I still have usable sight and I could probably follow other riders, like we could probably have done that. Not in this race because it was really really crowded.
Oh no, that'd be
Um,
too dangerous. Yeah, yeah.
but
You get in
in a
trouble then for hurting someone.
yeah, in a smaller scenario, like in a maybe something in a smaller kind of race or
Well, if you're
something.
just out in a park on your
Um,
own, just
or yeah, I don't know, park. I could do that probably. It would take a little bit, but like if he was, and like you said though, it would probably force you, especially it would force him, yeah, to communicate even more
mm.
with me. Yeah, right. Oh, so, Wonder has thought about tandem. Also maybe biking on the countryside with some help. We got good roads everywhere, for just cycling. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sweden, pretty sweet for that sort of stuff over there. They're pretty good.
Oh, okay. No, no, I definitely recommend it. It's like I said, if you have any kind of adrenaline rushes, like a tandem, like once you get used to tandem, you'll travel. You can get some gnarly speeds.
Yeah.
Like you can have like way faster than like a normal bike. Like that one, the event I'm doing on June 1st on the track, a guy posted a video I watched, and he actually had his speed and everything like on the video, and they were getting like solo riders were getting like in the 30s. So my tandem will do over 40 at that track easily if I'm not
Wow.
super terrified. And Julio is fast. So I know he'll push. Like
Wow.
we'll do it. So like that's gonna be like insanely quick. I
Yeah.
mean, and
Uh,
just like I mean, yeah, think and just like on a bike, 40 miles on a bike is like it feels like 80.
yeah.
When you're doing like you were in a motorcycle. So it's like
Yep. And I've been on quite a few tandems, and it is got double the power basically, haven't you?
Yeah, and if you get on a bike that's like mine is light, it's aluminum, so you could, yeah, oh, as long as you're not fearful, which sometimes what you gotta do. Sometimes just close your eyes and just pedal away and have full trust that you're not gonna wipe out. Because that's the only thing I was a little freaked a little bit a couple of times. Like I don't want to wipe out on a tandem because that's gotta hurt.
That's going to be gnarly.
Yeah, that's not like I feel like on a regular bike you could kind of maybe like not be as bad, but like on a tandem, I feel like. Well, then again, you could use the argument that two of you versus one person slamming into one person, maybe we would have less damage. Like they would probably be more hurt because we're just a giant tandem bike.
Yeah.
But if we go, I'm more worried about like say hitting a corner too fast
Mm,
and just like the bike just
just
dumps on the
wiping out.
ground.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that would be more
Yeah.
concerning. I'm not scared. I'm not scared when we're like cooking on a straightaway. That's awesome. I'm more worried if like we're hitting speed on those like corners and stuff, and it's like
Mm.
that's because then you think about it too. You're gonna be the last to know. Like that when that bike goes, you're like
Yeah.
like I guess we're going. And if you're clipped in, that makes it worse.
Yeah.
It's not like you could just be like,
You
as soon as
can't
the
just
bike, you
bail.
feel the bike
Yeah.
bail. Yeah, yeah. You feel the bike go, and you're like, oh, quick out.
Oh.
Like you're either if you're lucky and you could unclip fast enough, cool. You know, I'm worried about like spraining an ankle because
Mm.
you could still be clipped in, and you say you try to maybe you get one out, but you don't get the other one out.
Mm.
And it's like I don't know. There's some stuff in there, but I think you should try. I mean, I think no matter what, it's funny. Even though I'm terrified about the BMX thing, but I think I still want to do it. I think you should always do things that you're slightly a little scared of.
The last tandem
Because
ride I did was in the summertime. It was really
yeah,
cool. I think I sent you a video of it actually.
I think you did. I remember that.
It was an old railroad that's not used anymore. No trains go down the track, so they've paved over it and turned it into a cycle route. So it's going through the old rail tunnels and over the rail bridges and stuff like that. Super old, but just turned into a cycle route. And they hire bikes at the beginning of the trail, and they had loads of tandems. So me and my buddy went down, hired a tandem, and that was awesome.
No, that's so good. Well, what's the end? I always say like once you get through all the, if you can find someone you really trust on a tandem,
Mm.
then it's like, hey, all I have to do is pedal.
Yeah, and we weren't
I have
going
one
super fast or
job.
anything. There was people with dogs and families walking along the route, so we were just, going at a nice pace. But yeah, it was felt
Oh yeah,
great
and
to
you
be on
think
a
about it
bike.
like, yeah, and think about it. You can like, unlike him, you can actually like full on look around.
Yeah,
Like you don't
yeah,
have to worry about like,
yeah.
oh,
Because
I'm
I'm
gonna hit
not navigating.
something.
Yeah,
You're not navigating. You can literally just be like, oh, take it all in. Oh, this is nice.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
cool. Like, and like, yeah. So I think once you kind of, yeah, once you get used to the whole, I can't stop or I can't steer, and all that kind of stuff, it's like it's awesome. Like, oh, I only have to pedal. Sweet.
Yeah, that is
Because
good.
you know what?
That is good.
Because when I'm running around like my neighborhood, it's like it requires so much energy because not only am I running, but now I'm not running with my cane and I'm running, I have to worry about cars and all that stuff. So I have to be really paying attention. I got to really using my hearing. It's a lot more work when you have to really, if you want to run kind of independently, even if you're in a safe environment, it's just a lot more energy.
Well, it's
Whereas,
mentally taxing, isn't it?
yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely. I think like once I have a cane in my hand, like, and my neighbors must be confused because sometimes they see me, yeah, trucking around the neighborhood, like some serious speed with my, just running. And then sometimes, like, okay, I'll go, if I'm walking to the YMCA, I'll bring my cane and I'll use my cane. But, but it's like, if they were to ask me why, I would tell them that, see, with the cane, it allows me to, like, not have to use that brain anymore as much. Like, now I can kind of relax a little bit more. It's easier. I have a little, now I
I'm
got
I'm
protection.
I'm feeling where I'm going instead of looking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So if a car comes on the road, hopefully, yeah, he's gonna spot my cane too, and
So do you
there's a
always
little
walk?
more.
Do you always walk to work now then with the cane and get a ride back?
if I walk into work, yeah, I'm always using my cane if I'm walking into work.
How long does it
I mean,
take?
pretty much anywhere. Oh, I can get down there. If I don't run at all and have to walk, if I walk, sometimes I run certain sections. But if I don't, it's like 20 minutes. I think it's like
Wow.
a mile and a half. Mile, no, mile, no, about a mile. But like I have to.
What's
Now it's
the
sketchy.
what's the worst part of the walk from a like vision perspective?
Oh, for me now, it's because they're doing road work everywhere in my town.
Oh, that's
They're
tricky.
and they're redoing all the sidewalks.
Oh,
So, and they're putting up a traffic circle in my route. And
oh,
now it's all dirt where there used to be a sidewalk. It's all dirt and it's kind of they're still working on like
that's a bit
doing
gnarly for my vision.
so yeah, and where the button is for the crosswalk is across that dirt. So I have to like, cross that, make sure I'm good, and then I press the crosswalk and I get myself on the curb, and then they have certain things coned off so cars don't hit it. And so I had to change my course a little bit, like the way I walk now to work, so it's a little easier, even though with the road work, but because of the other side, if I walk on the other side where the sidewalk that I usually walk down, you get to the end, you get to that crosswalk. They got rid of the whole curb. There's no curb. I mean, there's no sidewalk, so I don't really have a reference point
Oh,
of like, am I in the road or I'm kind of on the dirt. So I'm figuring like I'm on the dirt, so I must be okay. I'm not in the road. I'm using my cane trying to feel, and just trying to see if there's, anything. And I mean, I have some sights. I'm using that, of course, and then I see where the button is for, the crosswalk. So I'm like, okay, that's obviously where the sidewalk used to be. Yeah. So that is 100% challenging. But once
I
again, I
guess the good
adapted.
news is though, when that's all finished, you'll have a nice smooth pavement, which should be
Oh yeah,
less
they're.
tripping
Oh
hazards
yeah.
and easier
They're actually
to.
putting up. Oh yeah, there could be sidewalks where there wasn't sidewalks now too. Especially there's certain
Oh,
areas now they're putting
nice,
in sidewalks. So yeah,
nice.
absolutely. I'm definitely not complaining about it, but um, it's just it really is difficult.
I remember the route when you and I were walking Evan to the school bus stop. That pavement was like falling apart. It had like
Oh
big
yeah,
cracks in it
oh
and
yeah.
holes. So have they done that one yet, or is that on the list, or do you think
No,
they're
not that one. No, I wish they would, but there's that one's mine near me. Obviously, it's bad. And then they didn't redo the one next. There's one next to the Y, and that's the one that shattered my cane.
wow,
I
really?
Yeah, it got stuck in. I had an aluminum. I had one of my one of the aluminum canes, and it shattered it when it got
Whoa,
stuck in a. It bent. It got stuck right in a pothole, and it just like completely snapped.
wow.
Yeah, I was like, that was when I was like, oh, maybe I should try to get like a carbon fiber cane, so that doesn't happen. But and that sidewalk is still gnarly. Like they redid the one. We have a beautiful sidewalk now where I work in front of the Y on both sides, really nice and smooth, and all that stuff. So that's really good. Wonder says, same here. Sometimes cane, sometimes not. Too often just in hand, not folded out. Well, that's always good too. Sometimes I do that too. Like if I'm walking the dog now, I've gotten really kind of comfortable in my neighborhood, so I'll walk the dog, but I will bring my cane with me folded up so that if I run into
So it's there if you need
a
it.
situation, yeah, like maybe if dog, because sometimes dogs run out, and like I've gotten situations where I don't know, like I almost got into a dog fight with Foxy. Well, she didn't want to fight, but this other dog came out. Um, so you never know, like what's gonna happen. So yeah, yeah. Sometimes I just like to just have it on me. I like to push the boundaries. I do. I like to make my eyes work. So, but at the same time, yeah, you gotta be safe. So, that one I definitely do, just in case, because I have Foxy with me. But other than that, no, I get it. Yeah, yeah. But most of them, it's always like anytime I leave work, I always do my cane at work, and
Yeah.
but sometimes after, because like cane, the YMCA is also kind of like my home. So once I get into class and I set up my spin class and all that, like I don't continue to walk with it. Like I just,
Right.
if I gotta go to the bathroom or whatever, like I just go and do my thing. Yeah. I mean, sometimes, I might have to say, hey, excuse, oh, sorry, visually impaired. Yeah. But I haven't had that happen yet. But there are little kids that walk around. I just kind of stop, and I just, I haven't had any accidents yet. So it's some knock on wood or whatever you got to knock on. But I mean, someone took out a kid yesterday behind a door. So I mean, I've yet to do that. And they were saying, yeah, one of the employees. I always watch. See where I have to punch in the room in between. That's where the daycare is.
Oh,
So that's where it lets out. And so if you go to swing that door open really fast, there could be a little kid that's putting his backpack on or doing whatever. So when I go to punch in, I always kind of, because when I get into work, it's when they're letting out. So I always kind of do, and I open the
See,
door.
that's
So,
funny
well,
though, because like because you know you can't see very well, you're probably super careful.
yeah.
Whereas the
Yeah.
employee's just in a rush and
She
they've just
she did just,
they've just flattened some kid behind the door because they're just
It happened yesterday. That's what happened yesterday. Yeah. Poor kid was crying. Yeah. I
Oh
heard she
no.
was like, oh my gosh. She's like, yeah.
Oh no.
I saw her go in. She just opens the door and it's like, boom. And, yeah. You're like,
Oh
oh
dear.
my God, I'm sorry. And like,
Oh dear.
I
Oh
was like, see, I was like, yeah, you gotta be careful because you never know. Someone might be right behind that door.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's funny. It's funny you say it makes me feel like, hey, you know what? Like that could happen to anybody. See,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's not just
that's
us.
they're a sighted person. Like, and that happened. They did
I would
that.
say my accidents are far less now.
Hmm.
Because obviously I use the cane all the time. But
Oh yeah.
you know, I do see sighted people walk into each other, you know, two perfectly sighted people. But that
You're
never happens
like,
to me anymore because usually people would see the cane and then slow
yeah,
down or panic or whatever. So
yeah.
I'm probably less collisions now than like a normal person, I would
Oh
say.
yeah. No, it is funny though how that like it's like one
Well,
time I was at one of my
I tell you what I find quite funny is a lot of my guides end up falling
yeah.
over. Like that happened literally the other day. One of my guides was helping me and we were in a forest and was guiding me and was looking at my feet to make sure I didn't trip, but then they tripped over like
Tripped.
a tree stump
Oh
sticking out of
my
the ground.
God.
And I'm like, oh, it's
I
like,
saw a dude. I saw a dude at a race. One of mine. He was like right at the start, and he ate a mailbox.
oh,
Like he trucked by all of us. It was like like a residential. It kind of started at like a residential area, and
oh,
this dude was just trucking like on the outside of us at the beginning, and just
oh,
boom. You just saw his shoulder just go boom. Like he just like yeah. I was like, oh,
oh,
apparently that happens still.
that's gotta
Oh,
hurt.
we got Jeffrey. Oh, Jeff's on. Jeff as in troublemaker. Jeff as in Jeff Meyer.
Oh, wow.
Ed's.
Big trouble, Jeff.
Yeah, as he says, "Hola, fellas. Good to see you both. Uh, I make Ed's accidents happen by tripping him."
Yes. Hey, if you could pay,
No,
if we could pay to watch some of that, Jeff, sign us up. I'll subscribe to that YouTube channel.
we're waiting for the trip to Dubai.
Yeah, we're
That's
still
still
happy to sponsor you and Ed going to Dubai. If you could throw him out of an airplane above the palm, I would
if we
definitely pay
have
to see that.
a
Yeah.
video of Ed screaming as ah! Just I hate you. I hate I can hear that right now. I can hear the yeah. I hate you, Jeff. I hate you. Wait till I get on the ground.
Oh, I think Ed would love skydiving in Dubai. I think we should make that
Oh,
happen for his birthday.
Jeff says he's on it. Jeff says he's
Excellent.
on it.
Good man. Good man.
We're looking
Good
forward to
man.
seeing you in September.
Yes, we
He
will
says,
be
"What's
there.
happening, fellas? Not much. We decided to go live today, just to kind of
Just
get
chewing the
get the
fat, catching
channel.
up, telling people
Yeah,
about the new episodes that are going to be coming soon, Jeff. So we're just in the middle of trying to get our list together of what we want to film, when we're going to film it, and then get the videos edited. So yeah,
Oh,
should be
Jeff
good.
says it wouldn't be the first time. So I guess it wouldn't be the first time he's made that Ed's screamed he's hated him. No, no, no. I'm gonna get you for this. I'm gonna get. It's always like no. Ed's reaction is always like, "Oh God, what are we doing now?" Like, okay,
He loves it,
all
really.
right.
He loves
He
it.
really does. I
Yeah.
think yeah.
I sent Ed and Jeff a little video of the Isle of Man circuit, the TT track, and Jeff and Ed are into the motorcycle racing. And that's like, I know you're not necessarily into the bikes, Mike, but that's like a
I see
big
a little bit. I
famous
saw
like
yeah.
race
Oh no,
circuit.
that one I
So
know. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it was really cool over there,
I
which is
see some
cool.
of like the MotoGP stuff, and I mean I've seen
Yeah,
like I mean I still think they're crazy, but like
yeah.
it's so impressive the
I
speeds that
mean
they
that one
travel.
is crazy because that's not even a racetrack. That
Like you
is
said, yeah,
literally it's just a coastal road that runs around the island. And I was driving along it and I was like, all right, there's a fire hydrant, there's a bus stop, there's a There's
Yeah.
a wall made out of concrete, and I was like, wow, this is because it just the rest of the year they're just normal roads, people going about their business, going, going shopping or whatever, and then when the race is on, all the roads are closed, and that is just a racetrack, which is just
That is
amazing.
nuts.
It's
Oh,
insane.
so Jeff says, definitely guys, September is going to be awesome again. Sitting on the boat, working today, trying to plan out if the lake is still fully flooded.
Oh,
Oh, hopefully it's not.
wow. Must be having a lot of rain.
I'm sure Eric would love to get back on that boat, you know.
Oh, he missed out, didn't he?
That
That was such a good day
that's
when Jeff took us down the Hudson. That was an
that was fun.
amazing day. That was so good. Sun was out. We're
Yeah.
on the boat, cruising on the Hudson, all taking turns driving it. That was a
No, that
phenomenal
was
day. Really
weather
enjoyed that.
was yes, yeah, weather was good, everything was yeah, everything was good.
Yeah.
No,
The
that
wind
was
blowing through Lance's hair,
I
that Miami Vice.
didn't end up with a third eye or anything.
No, no.
No,
Cool.
no, I didn't leave with any extra parts that I didn't have before. So, like, if everything was good, I was happy. No, that was tons of fun. Yeah, so we gotta figure out what we're doing this year, actually, because I know we know we have the dates and things like that, but I know we don't have a plan in terms of, you know, activities.
Yeah.
I don't mind going back to the winery. I do like the winery. That was fun. This time I want to get wine. I want to bring back wine.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah.
I totally forgot. And we were there having all this, and like we totally did not think like to buy some wine.
No.
Jeff says no, it's a new one. Much bigger, much faster. I heard you. I know you have. I heard you have another boat. Yes, that's crazier.
Excellent. Oh yeah, this one.
And
I
that
remember
one,
this. Yeah, yeah. This one's got
yeah.
a
Nobody said
toilet
the
on it,
new one.
hasn't
And
it? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it has has a little like spot underneath it or whatever. It has like oh,
Nice. Nice.
so that seats more people. We can meet that, which means we can just throw Eric underneath. He doesn't have to worry about even like being like under, you know, he could just sit underneath and be all safe. We need like a giant boat, like, you know, with like cabins and all that stuff.
Wow.
That'd be that. There we go. That's how we upgrade. We just get a boat with like, you know, that has like, you know, cabins and you know, a yacht. We need an RP yacht. The RP yacht. That's what we need. Yes. Oh, holds 14.
Wow.
Does 60, was it 60 knots or is it kilowatts or whatever? Is it K what? 60 kW. Is it knots? I thought it'd be knots, right?
KW.
It's gotta be
Kilonauts.
fat. Kilowatt, kilonaught, knots, watts. I thought boats are in knots. I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, I didn't know if it's yeah, because if it's like but either way, it's fast.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah, so that'd be it. No, that'd be good. Oh, there you go. Miles per hour. It does 60
Ah,
miles per hour.
wow.
That's dope. So that's
That'd be
cranking.
sweet. Lan Lance will have to put her bobble in or her bandana or, or a man bun. Well, Lance won't be there, will
Actually,
he? He won't be there. Lance won't be
no.
there. He's like he'll have a
I'll need a man bun. By the time
he will
September rolls, man, I'll be like super long hair by
Lance will
then.
have like an 8-week-year-old baby or something.
Yeah, but I think if anything, I'm definitely, I think we all have to make him like, he has to FaceTime with us.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, we
I
should
think
set
at
that up.
least, yeah, be like, you're at least gonna hop on Zoom or whatever. Like, yeah, whatever you can just, yeah.
We could
We'll,
FaceTime him from the fire. That'd be nice.
and now we got miles per hour. I like how Jeff put 60 km and then he put mph and then he put miles per hour. I got it. It's 60 miles. Yeah, it's fast. He's like, yeah, miles per hour. So no, that'd be I think it'd be sick. I think we need, you know what? I think we need to incorporate a car situation. Like like a drag strip,
Wow.
like something like we need to incorporate like something like that, like an adrenaline, some kind of adrenaline experience like that, you know?
Wow.
There has to be something nearby there, like a track or
Or a
Jeff, what
disused
do you think?
airfield or something.
Yeah, Jeff, is there like is there like a big disused airfield kind of situation, like a big area like where like those of us with RP might be able to take like say a rented Ferrari or
Oh,
some rented
Jesus.
car. And just go around. Well, because they do have, they do have that app that you can like it's kind of like it's called True. I forgot the name of the app, but I know you can rent people's cars. So like you could rent like a Porsche for the day.
Nice.
You could rent, yeah, and it's not like terribly expensive.
It would be if they
So,
knew about our eyes.
but that would be cool. I think that would be a lot of fun if we could go somewhere like say that Saturday, have breakfast in the morning, and we had like uh oh he says Wonder says Formula One race with RP. That would be ended probably pretty quickly. Probably fast. That would end up quicker than Ferrari. See, Jeffrey Meyer. I see. Not sure. Oh, not sure up there, but I bought a Ford Raptor. That's right. He did. Congrats on that. We saw Ford Raptor, and we could certainly go off-roading. Turo. That's the app. See, he knows. That's the app. Yeah, Turo is the app. You can rent like cars and stuff like that too.
Ah,
I
okay.
I actually want to try out I would try out the Raptor because I got a ride. I got a thrill ride in the Dodge version. The
So what's the Raptor? Is that like a big 4x4 type thing? I don't think
yeah.
we have them over here. Right.
When I got the
Nice.
thrill ride, his has the same system as the Dodge, where when it goes off or jump, it adjusts the suspension in midair to
Wow.
prepare for the landing. Yeah,
Oh, so it
it's
doesn't
like
bottom
sick.
out.
Yeah, it's sick.
Wow.
Like we got all four wheels. Like I got in, one of the guys who did our thrill ride, he's like, "Are you guys all like, like you good with speed?" We're like, "Yeah, like bring it on." This dude did a burnout on dirt. Like we took off like wow, like I felt G forces I've never felt before. Like I felt
Wow.
like I got like you get chills when you get like it's such crazy G force. I was just like I was laughing. I was so had so much G forces that I was just laughing,
Just
and then
hysterical.
yeah, it was great. It was the most funniest thing ever. I was like yes, like and then yeah, he went off a jump and we just all four wheels whoa, and it just like midair just lands perfectly.
Wow. That's
It
sick.
I was like I told that guy I said I was like dude like if I ever get my vision back I'm getting one of these trucks. He's like I hope you do. He's like he can give me a ride. I was like yeah. Hell yeah, like that was amazing. Yeah, so yeah, the Ford Raptor is like same idea. Well, wait, I gotta unlock the door for my son. He'll be home soon.
I could actually see you then walking through the RP
I know,
logo.
last time, yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like a curtain. No, but yeah, no, it was sick. Yeah, but Jeff, isn't yours? Is that a? I know they were V8, and then they switched them. They got rid of the V8 and we're going V6, I think. But I think they brought back the V8. So I don't know. I'm sure it's still fast. Even the V6 was still, I guess, still fast. But I think I could have sworn they brought back the V8 though. And then I guess oh yeah, and Vinny's boss. I think has they call it the Helephant version of that truck, which is like an even bigger Hemi. It's like the bigger Hellcat. It's got a Hellcat. It's got a bigger Hellcat in it. It's like a supercharged Hellcat or something like that. Crazy like crazy super Hellcat. I don't know what it is. They call it the Helephant. It's like a big like huge Hemi.
Nice.
So, but the one I drove, like I said, I was like, oh my God, I would have like so loved like to own one of those trucks. But those trucks are expensive too. They're like I don't know, $80,000. I don't know. They were expensive.
Wow.
Like, I don't know how much they are now, but I mean, oh, TR, it's right because it's like a T-Rex. It's because the Ford is the Raptor and the Dodges is the TRX for T-Rex TR. Yeah,
Ah, nice, nice,
so they both
nice.
went with them. But yeah, it was insane. I was like, this is the coolest truck ever. Like, I need this truck. I don't have the. Money for it, but maybe I.
That's
But yeah, no,
like
I think that. What was that?
Honda and Suzuki. Like Honda. came out with the Blackbird, which was like the fastest bike at the time. And then Suzuki
Yeah.
came out with a Hayabusa, which is a bird of prey that
Oh
eats
yeah.
it's a bird of prey that eats blackbirds. So I thought it was
That's funny. That's no, that's
and
funny.
I, that's like the T-Rex and Raptor thing that you're saying. It's quite it's funny when companies do that.
I like the subtle jab, you know. Yeah. It's like yeah. But no, I think if we should I'm all down for yeah, doing something with the Raptor would be fun. You know, yeah, if we can go somewhere with that or like cause that'd be thrilling, man. Sorry, gents, got to bail. Conference call coming up. Keep causing trouble. See you
Good
soon.
to see you, Jeff. Take care,
Yeah,
buddy.
okay, see you, Jeff. Thanks for popping in.
I also have to go.
Yeah,
It's tea time
it's
over
tea
here, as we
time.
say. It's time for dinner. It's
I know I have to learn another thing, how to end the stream now.
Yeah, so Mike's going to be
I,
on all night because he doesn't know how to end the live stream.
I see how to pause it. So I'm gonna assume that if I pause it, it'll tell me like, you know, you stop it after whatever. All right, yeah, we're out, peoples. We will see you when we see you. I wonder if I end it in the meeting, if that automatically would just end everything, I wonder.
Well, I'll say goodbye just in case you cut me off. So I will speak to you on the other side, Slick.
Yeah, I'm gonna end the Zoom meeting itself and see